Oh, fuck, I gotta pee. Well, beer it is, I guess. I'm so mad you muted me.
Jesus.
I couldn't believe you.
The one thing I say.
I know. I was there when it happened. I was there when you said don't say anything.
You're killing me.
You saw the look on my face. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Clean it up because we're going into the holidays? That only matters if you're like a true Catholic or like a loose Protestant.
I'm dying laughing.
I just fucking can't
I
win.
just hear, oh shit, I gotta pee. Cracks open a beer. Like,
I just can't fucking win. I just give
Didn't
up.
I tell you to go pee? Didn't I tell you?
I did.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining Liberty Risk Podcast. I'm Billy.
And I'm Hugh.
And I'm Meg.
So
there she goes.
So we got a bunch of guests coming on with us today.
We do. Tonight is our end of the year wrap-up show. We are extremely excited to have everybody here tonight. Brittany just messaged me. She said she'll be right back, so I don't think she's in the green room right now. But that's okay. We can stall. I'm super good at stalling. That's how I made it to first class. Tonight's guests, we're very excited. We have Brittany Horst, who's the owner of the Rusty Razor up in Kittery, Maine. We have Jeannie Hackett, Air Force Tech Sergeant and Substance Abuse Counselor out in Colorado. We have Luke Sanford, a Medal of Honor recipient and the recipient of a horse/large dog breed service animal. And then we have our friend Richard Robertson, who's all going to be here throughout tonight to catch up about how the year went, how things are going, what their highs and lows were, and what they expect to get out of next year. So I'm pretty excited. I love a good wrap-up show. I like when guests get brought back. You know what I mean? Like it shows like authenticity and like you didn't just like have them on the one time to get credit and then you forgot about them.
You're really trying to sell this podcast to everybody. I mean, if
I don't know how long.
If they're not watching by now, we're pretty fucked. I mean, it's 68
I don't know how long Brittany is going to need, so I'm trying to drag it out as much as possible. Oh, I do want to make one correction. I said that Luke is a Medal of Honor winner, I think. I've been drinking, so I'm only like 80% sure that I said that.
You definitely said that.
You do not win the Medal of Honor. He's the Medal of Honor recipient. I apologize to those of you who are watching and your panties are all up in a bunch. I know that he is a Medal of Honor recipient because you don't win the Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor? No. Purple Heart. Why do I keep saying Medal of Honor? No.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here. I'm like, Hugh, that's a pretty prestigious fucking award. So
Purple Heart. And neither of you cut me off either. You just let me keep going.
Listen, I don't question anything at this point. I'm just
I hope everybody else that was listening is like, oh, that motherfucker must have met the Purple Heart. Got a fucking Medal of Honor. They're not that cool. Fuck those motherfuckers.
Damn, Meg. So really quick, because I can't fucking contain this anymore, and I need to fucking tell people. So, so if you listen to our podcast and you just don't want to listen to it on here, you can now go or you can now go to fucking Apple Podcasts because we're fucking on there now. What? Yep. What?
Why does it say clean lyrics? I don't like that at all.
That's a lie.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, this is definitely not clean. Yeah, like you say cunt half the time. I think I've said twat at least 5 times on here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And for sure. Well, let's go ahead and get right into it. Brittany,
hold on.
Oh, do we have another one?
I have another one. I have one more. Or if you don't have Apple and you have Spotify.
Ba-bam!
I think the worst part is that Matt Massengill is our first one up there.
Yeah. What's really bad is that I can see Jeannie playing fucking Minecraft in the green room right now while waiting for her to come in, and her fucking head's going crazy because she's so into the fucking game. It's hilarious.
At least she's ready.
It's so funny.
Before I forget, on the off chance that the World's Okayest Marine is watching tonight, I saw the gayest fucking vehicle today and 100% thought of you. And not like gay in a negative way, but gay like I guarantee that dude sucks dick. It was this Honda Civic with the fucking shitty spoiler on the back and the license plate said SIG 320. And for those of you that don't know, Chris Schneier, the World's Okayest Marine, loves himself some Sig Sauer. And I mean, like, would throttle some balls to get himself a new Sig Sauer. So, World's Okayest Marine, here's to you and that motherfucker driving that Civic.
He hasn't been here for a while. I'm very sad. It's like he's
watching. He's just creeping now. He's just watching and not saying anything. Also, fuck you, Justin. Justin says, sorry. Put that back up there so I can read it for all those that are going to be listening. Sorry I couldn't make it, guys. Love you, Billy and Meg. Fuck you. You're dumb. Laughing my ass off. Fucking Medal of Honor. Yeah, well, you know, if that motherfucker had the Medal of Honor, he'd be so much worse than he already is. Well, let's go ahead and bring in our guest. Brittany Horst, owner, operator of the Rusty Razor up in Kittery, Maine. How are you, Brittany?
Doing pretty good.
You don't have to lie, Brittany. We all know that you're going to see me in about 3 weeks. And I know that when I come to visit, so there's a running joke in the family that when I come to visit, that Brittany gets super salty because Brittany, you and I didn't have a strong beginning.
No. Well, no.
No, you don't have to lie about it. We did not have a strong beginning.
I want to hear about this.
Well,
it's a really long story. It's like years and years and years of a buildup of bad.
So I was very rude to Brittany for like the first 6 to 8 years that she was around.
You didn't say 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 8 months.
No, 6 to 8
years.
And I say around like she was just dating her husband, but she was married to him. And then when I started visiting, I stopped being mean, and she just worked herself up into this panic for the entirety of my trip, and I would just enjoy myself.
Honestly, at that point, my anxiety about him coming to visit was so high that he just let it ride and watched me suffer and just kind of played off of me instead of me waiting for him to do something for me to get upset about.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm super excited to see you.
That sounds about right.
I can already feel the tension in my neck here.
Oh, come on. Listen, I don't even need to worry about you anymore. Now all you have to do is worry about me teaching your kids how to throw axes and bury bodies and do the things that
do we need to talk about the things you taught my first child that she ended up doing in public?
Please tell them about what I taught your first kid.
So
fix bayonets.
He lived with us for a little while, and probably the first year of Natalie's life. And one of the things he made his mission was to teach her how to say white power and white Jesus.
Oh my God, Hugh!
Yeah. Why was that funny? Why was that funny?
I don't know. I can't
laugh.
Because her parents are super religious.
My parents are very religious people, so
we'd go to family dinner. Fuck you, Jeannie. We'd go to family dinner, and I would wait for Natalie to make eye contact, and I'd be like,
"Oh yeah,"
and she'd be like,
"She thought it was great." She didn't know.
A 1-year-old.
My power.
Well, do you remember when Brianna brought her to Sprint to get her phone fixed, and she's like, "Oh my God, you want to see this trick this child does in public in the mall?"
Yeah, I remember right before I moved to Florida, we were quoting movie lines, and we were sitting in the living room, and I was like, "Yeah, get some motherfucking cocaine!" And Natalie starts running through the house shouting, "Cocaine, cocaine, cocaine!" She couldn't have been more than 2.5 tops.
One of my favorite photos of Hugh, Natalie, and my husband is those two on either side, like gay daddies, with this little tiny itty bitty thing with a beer in the middle of them, and he's holding the beer with them.
And we gave her the beer to hold. We're like, "Here, post for the camera. This will be on the internet someday. We're gonna go to jail for this."
Yep, that's great.
Well, Brittany, look, 2020 is coming to an end.
Yes.
Match capitalized and made a video of 2020 dating the devil, which is the epitome of this year. You have a small business up in Maine. You guys were shut down for a little bit. You've been back open. Since Maine opened back up, how's business been?
Well, we took off probably the week before we were allowed to reopen. We had people asking for appointment slots just to get in the door. That was probably the craziest.
So they all knew that the state was opening back up. They wanted to get in before you guys were full up.
Well, the worst part. Okay, so the worst and best part, I guess, we got a lot of publicity within the first day that we opened. We had Boston news down at our reporting live from Kittery, Maine, right outside of the barbershop. We were the headline for all of Massachusetts news stations. We ended up, they actually sent the Boston Globe down.
No shit.
They did a 5-hour photo shoot of us working and all the people waiting outside in line, all this stuff. And then 2 of our pictures ended up being sold to, what was it?
Like
ABC World News. 2 of the pictures of us cutting hair got sold to ABC World News. And right after that happened, my shop became the face of the reopening of the pandemic in Maine. And anytime they did, it didn't even have to be involve Maine. Anytime they did like a reopening from quarantine like segment, that was our photo with our name underneath it. It was insane.
No shit. That's
and then
fantastic.
we had Portland Press came down. They did a segment. We were on so many online forums for news that we had some guy from Ireland message us on Facebook, and they were like, "Hey, we saw you on the Boston, what was it?
Boston Herald
Magazine.
or the Boston Globe?
No, Boston Magazine did an online front cover of our picture." And it went all the way to Ireland, and he contacted us. He was like, "Hey, so how's it like reopening? Like, what are your guidelines? We're going to be opening soon, and I need to know what you guys are doing just so I can have like a guideline of what we're doing." I'm like, "How? You're in Ireland. How in the world do you even know who we are?" They're like, "Oh, you were on the front cover of online Boston Magazine." I was like, "What?"
That's pretty fucking fun. It's weird. What business did he have in Ireland that was similar to what you had going on?
He had a barbershop.
Oh, so he just wanted to do whatever you did.
He was just wondering what America was doing and to see if the guidelines were similar to kind of get an idea of what we were doing. But the fact that we had all of these, like, it just took off within the first week.
That's crazy.
That one day just exploded our media presence. It was insane, but it was also not amazing either because it got like Janet Mills, Maine's governor, got wind of it, and I guess Boston Globe did a segment on some like underline online segment like, "Hey, Maine's reopening. Let's sneak into Maine to get haircuts because their guidelines are their restrictions are lowered," which our barbershop was the front cover of that. And so Janet Mills and her sister started complaining online about it. And they were like, "Oh, well, see, this is why barbershops shouldn't have been in the first thing because they're allowing out-of-state people to come in." And they started freaking out. We had the CDC and all these people called day one. People were calling, I guess. And we had the CDC call us. They were like, "Hey, we need a full detailed 2-page plus like description of how you're running your day, all the guidelines that you're using. We need photo evidence of you using these things. We have."
You know why they did that, right?
Huh?
You know why they did that, right? It wasn't
because they're too lazy to come out and do it themselves. So they wanted us.
Yeah, they should have just come up and got a fucking haircut and quit running their cocksuckers on the interwebs.
We didn't know. There was like 7 other barbershops that got the exact same complaint. So either there was a group of people who were very against us opening, or the CDC was too lazy to come and look for themselves.
Bunch of fucking Karens just sitting at home bitching about other people making that living.
Yeah, but we've advanced so much since this whole thing. I mean, we started out before COVID as just a cash only, simple, no appointment business. We work with Square now. We have online appointments. We have our own online website now where you can make your appointments on our appointment book online. We have a whole POS system, our payroll, everything is done through Square. And it's so much more efficient and so much more organized. It's great.
That's a huge step up from when the last time I was up there. I do remember I just paid you guys in cash. It was nothing. And I remember you guys saying they're like, "Oh, we'll get Square or some sort of system eventually." And clearly the year kind of forced it on you.
Yeah, I mean, we still take cash, but we're allowed to take cash, all the cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, like
hold on. Even MasterCard? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Amex, all of them. We take everything. I don't even think there's one thing we don't take. But it's funny because it took a while. It was a process to get people used to that because they weren't used to it because we were always cash. So now we get more payments through card or Apple Pay or Google Pay than we do cash, which is fine for me. I mean, I like the organization. I like being able to see the data. And Square does that. They give us a whole data lineup of like all of the we get every graph you can think of on how our business is projecting on according to money and sales trends and all this stuff. So it kind of gives us a more in-depth look on like how we can improve, which it also categorizes our customers. So we
categorizes how?
Like if they make an online payment or an online appointment, they have to put in their card, they have to put in their email, their phone number, their first and last name, and it tracks how many times they come in. Like every single time they come in, it goes into their profile. So we can see how many customers we get regularly, which is really cool.
I'm over here thinking like it tells you if they're like black, white, Asian.
No, oh my God.
Don't. Oh my God! This is America, okay?
No, Hugh, you're stupid.
Oh my God.
Up, Meg.
Yep. All right, let me contact the lawyer quick. Jesus Christ.
I'm
really
super impressed.
You what?
I'm super impressed because I actually watched the episode. I wasn't on one of the co-hosts yet, but I watched the episode where you were on and you were explaining everything and how everything was working, and to hear that it's like blown up so much and that your business has done so well, like that's so awesome and amazing, especially during this really difficult time for some people. Like a lot of people are out of work and can't do anything, and then your business is booming. Like that's awesome. I mean, other than like the fucking pussyfoot and fairies up there doing their little fucking twat shuffle, but
it is frustrating though because we get. I would say like the actual business accumulation has been fantastic. We cannot complain. Our business has been able to more than pay our bills since the start of reopening, which is beyond what we could have asked for. The emotional part of it though has been really hard because a barber alone is like a psychologist. We hear everyone's problems. We hear about their kids and their wives and their day and their jobs and like all their issues, everything that's going, all their ups, all their downs. We hear it all. And it was really, especially going from like right from the start, my kid was out of school. I was homeschooling her through remote learning. And then we had 6 weeks of nothing. I just spent the whole time trying to make sure my shop didn't get shut down pretty much.
Yeah.
To then get hit by a wall of people who have been segregated in their homes this whole time, and they just let all of their emotions out on us in the 15 minutes we see them. And it was one after the other of all their worries about COVID and all of their this and that. And I haven't seen my grandmother and I haven't seen my parents and I haven't seen my kid left my house because I didn't want him to be in I didn't want him to get a job, or the kids. We even had kids coming in going, I parted ways with my parents. I'm 17 years old and they wouldn't let me go get a job and they wouldn't let me go in my backyard. So I left the house and I'm living on someone's couch right now. Like I had to deal with since the beginning, I had to deal with that day after day after day. And it's a hard thing to listen to constantly, especially when you get the kids involved, because you're just like, you feel so bad for them.
Speaking of
people that are scared, and then the very next person, they're not scared. They're like, this is fake. This is stupid. This is dumb. Like, I don't know why we have to do all this. So it's a roller coaster.
Well, speaking of the kids, how has the first semester of school gone for Natalie?
So with Natalie, we actually pulled her completely from public school.
Well, listen, your husband went to public school. It didn't do very well. It's better. You have a better option of homeschooling, considering he's not a 10 either, but better option.
We waited to the very last minute to decide what we were going to do. I know Nathan was very against her going back to physical school. He wanted, just because of all the
inherent risk involved. The kid's going to go touch crap. You wonder if they're going to bring somebody else's mask home.
It actually wasn't even about the germ part. It wasn't even about the virus. It was 100% about the political side of, the way the school system's being run right now, and everyone's opinions, especially with an election year. There's a lot of opinions being thrown around, and her school the school board for the town we live in was going through some pretty crazy racial things, which is weird thinking about in a small town like Kittery, Maine, up in like that we would have those issues. But we have this small group of people who were heavily involved in our school system, and they were trying to get words blacked out of the dictionary and making them against the rules to be said in school because they're because they're
isn't like half your school system about like how to properly lobster and also hate the Red Sox?
You would think. No,
and hunt moose.
Hunt moose.
Yeah, right.
I used to think that.
It was pretty crazy. So just to avoid all of that, we decided that we wanted her year to be constant. We didn't want her to fall behind. And the only way we could guarantee constant was to take over ourselves. And we talked to the people that watch our kids every day, and they all agreed that they would be involved. And she has 5 teachers. She has me, her great grandmother, two of her grandmothers, and her aunt who homeschool her. One person gets her every day, and it's working out so far.
That's smart. So, you gotta expose the older people throughout the week so they can pass while you can't go to funerals. It's a good call. It's a good call. From what I know about it, obviously.
It's nice. I think my kids, they don't really understand it right now, but I think later when they're older.
How old's Natalie?
She's gonna be 9.
And which means Alice is 5?
She just turned 4.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, not yet.
Good job, Hugh.
I know, right? Fucking killing it over here. Yeah. Yeah, so they're not old enough to really kind of comprehend what's going on. All they know is that they can't go to school and it's not entirely safe. And the only way they can visit their family is under certain conditions.
Honestly, though, this is where we get complicated. Our family, like me and Nathan made a decision with a whole huge group of our friends. We said our children and us are not going to survive any of this year if we do not have socialization. It's just we're those kind of people. We need to be surrounded by people all the time. And we have a really good large group of family and friends who all agreed that they were going to stay out of bars and stay out of certain restaurants, and
that's what they said.
Live a life that's safe according to the guidelines, whatever.
That's what they said.
And we've been everywhere though. Like my kids are so confused because in one breath we're like, hey, we're going to go hang out at some friend's lake house and you're going to go swimming with all your friends and no masks. And our kids never wear masks. Like they don't go into stores. And
has Maine said young kids need to wear a mask?
I think it's like 2 and under don't. But I mean, so far, I don't bring them into stores enough to really have
it's not really an issue.
No. And they're good when we do go, but they're like, Natalie is experiencing more of the emotional side of all of this because she's confused about the fact that she has like Facebook Messenger and her friends are on it and they're in school and they're telling her about it from a kid's perspective, not with the concern that a parent has for their child,
Sure.
For reasons for them, not for us not sending her. But she's just mad that we didn't send her back to school. She misses her friends, and we battle with that every day. It is hard because they are young; they don't understand. But
so, what are you guys looking forward to coming next year? Moderna is talking about a vaccine is coming out.
Another virus? Is that what you're gonna say? They're talking about another virus.
I thought about making a joke about. We're like, oh yeah, China says we're gonna do this again next year.
Oh God!
But some states they shut down a little bit more. But what are you guys looking to do? Are you guys looking to continue? As Maine said, like we're not going back to the way it was. You're just gonna continue homeschooling.
So, when you remove your child from public school, you have to do it for the whole year. You can't go back.
Well, then perfect.
Yeah, she's going to be in homeschool until June 1st. And then hopefully next September, things go back to a little bit more normal and she can head that way and go back to school and life will go back to the way it was. But as far as the barbershop goes, we haven't been given a definite you're going to be shut down for 6 weeks or not. But we are preparing for it just in case.
Sure.
We had a bunch of new merch.
I saw that. Yes, you will have to send us the link. We'll be sure to put it up.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new merch that we're selling in the shop, and we're hoping to kind of be able to subsidize a little bit if we get shut down through that. Like we've been doing a lot of promotions recently, you know, but buy a gift card, get a free t-shirt, you know, things like that to kind of, or buy a t-shirt, get a free gift card or free haircut or something, you know, to kind of like throw that out there.
Billy, you want to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
They have beer. It's a great place.
I'll send you guys shirts if you send me your addresses.
That's
I'll go. I need a haircut.
Also, we have women's t-shirts too. So
yeah, I'm down.
So this guy, I'm like backwards here. So this guy here, this is Gillette, and then we have a girl version called Venus.
Nice.
Oh,
Very nice. Very nice.
And yeah, we've got hats and stickers and t-shirts and long sleeves, and we just did a huge sweatshirt pre-order, prepay thing. So when those come in, I'll send Hugh a picture. He can see.
Well, you don't need to send me. Well, send us one to the email because I'll be up there, so I'll be getting mine here in a little bit.
Oh yeah. So no, we're excited, but yeah. So we're preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. We're really hoping we don't get shut down. Every time we talk, we listen to the news and stuff, it's leaning more towards like after Christmas they're going to talk about doing it, but they did say it wouldn't be more than 6 weeks, so we can at least like we know because of the loan that we got from SBA that we will be covered if we do get shut down. We won't have to panic like we did last time. Should be good.
Yeah. I'll bet your butthole puckered a little bit on that one. Like
they gave us like we missed out on the PPP loan twice, which was awful. It was so like horrible. And then the SBA loan came through 2 weeks after we actually opened. So I didn't know if we were getting it or not. I had no idea. But no, it's I think next year's gonna be good. I'm thinking with the vaccines coming out and stuff, more of the people, because this holiday season has been hard. We're usually booked out for 2 weeks, like solid. People are begging us to fit them in wherever we can. We still have. We're not even fitting in. We're not even filling half of our book.
Oh dang!
Yeah. So I think because the media is like harping on stay home, don't go visit your family. Everyone's in like this like holiday gloom. They're not even excited to be at the shop. We're like, we got Christmas movies on. We've got lights. Look at us, you know?
And by Christmas movies, you mean Die Hard and Die Hard 2, right?
Yeah.
Why did you say it like that?
So mean, super unnecessary. Sergeant Al Powell does not
hurt
that
right here.
Respect.
That's what my kids do.
Makes us put it on there, and I'm like, fine. But we end up actually. He likes watching The Grinch a lot.
The Jim Carrey version.
Yes.
That girl.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure Apple stole the other one, the cartoon version.
One. Yeah.
So we can't watch that because we don't.
Oh, you mean like the old one?
Yeah.
That's okay. Charlie Brown Christmas is better, and it's public domain.
It's not.
Charlie Brown Christmas is not public domain anymore?
All the Charlie Brown movies, they stole them, and you have to have an account with Apple. I'm like, no, that's stupid.
I want to yell at them, but Billy is probably going to not let me because we are now.
No. Apple's great.
With them, so I'm not allowed to say anything negative anymore.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Brittany, thank you so much for being on. We appreciate Meg. Welcome back. We appreciate you being here, telling us about your year and how things have kind of evolved. We're really looking forward to having you on again. I can't wait to see you and your little pieces of crotch fruit in a couple of weeks.
Jesus Christ, I swear to God.
Hey, he's called them worse things. So
Brittany, he does the same thing to my kids. So
I make sure they can't hear me. I can't wait.
What?
Not yours. His. No, yours to their face, Brittany.
Absolutely.
Billy, I'll wait till they're away.
The day
to their face.
To their face.
The day Hugh has a child, I'm going to take the child and I'm going to throw it into the air and then just hope for the best. after that.
I'm waiting for the day that he does show up in a couple weeks. And he looks at Alice and calls her a crotch fruit, and she's gonna go, "You're a crotch fruit." And
Alice, yeah, the future Slayer. Oh yeah, for sure. Brittany, thank you very much. Please tell Nanny I love her. Tell Nathan he's adopted. Nobody loves him. Give Deidre and her family hugs and kisses from us, and we will talk to you soon. We can't wait to talk to you soon.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I love you, mean it.
That was
sorry about my connection. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, no. Meg told me to drop her video feed because she was about to piss her pants. That's what happened. Don't lie to the audience, Meg.
Hey, really quick, Billy, is Luke streamed up and ready to go?
No, he's not here yet.
All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna go take a pee break. Screw you, Meg. Own that shit.
Listen, I wanted to be respectful. By the way, Jolie, hi. I did see you in the chat. I didn't want to miss you. Billy. Yeah, that's me, even though they're all covered right now. And that's my dad.
I like the girl with all the tattoos. At least someone does. Dad. At least someone does.
Yeah, he's the only person that loves me.
Oh my God, that's so mean. I still can't get over that we're on.
That's really nice.
Baby tossing yippee. I thought that was pretty good. So let's see who else we got here. Any other comments we have on here from our amazing people watching? Let's see.
I don't know. Jeannie said something about Pornhub.
Yeah.
No, you gotta go up more.
Hold on, where are we at? Oh yeah, when we were talking about the credit cards, what cards Brittany could use for her business.
Oh, I was actually making a joke about how MasterCard used to be considered garbage. So somebody else messaged me about MasterCard like takes Pornhub but not something else. But my joke was more like, I remember MasterCard. What?
Probably Discover.
Oh, Discover Card is the one that I was thinking of. Yeah. Discover Card is like, there's a joke in I can't even remember what show it is, but it was like, no. Let me tell you what I would rather accept than your Discover Card. You're going to sit here and listen to the things I would rather accept than your Discover Card. But I can't remember what show it was. But it was funny.
I'm going to message, what's his name?
Luke?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is that dude has had like an iPhone 1 for the longest time. And then like a couple weeks ago, it just crapped out on him. I know.
What does he have now?
He's got like the 7 or the 13 or the 28. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I'm trying to like do this. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we're doing a show right now. And he's like texting me like, motherfucker, you know I'm on this show. Stop bothering me. Like I said, message Billy. He's the producer. He can tell you if you can just call in. And he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like 8 texts in a row from this guy. I'm like, guy, I love you, man, but what do you want me to do?
He's less tech savvy than you.
Oh, he's so much worse than me. Like I called him, and then like 3 days later, he'd be like, "Hey, man, I saw you called. Do you not know how to read that I called you 3 days ago?" He goes, "Well, you called 3 days ago." It's so weird. So weird.
It's so weird. That's the best part. Oh, it's so weird that you called 3 days ago.
And I have no
idea what you would want to call about.
Yeah, I only ever call him about like 2 things, and it's either this or going and grabbing a beer.
I have no word for you. I just no fucking words for you whatsoever.
None for you.
I just give up sometimes.
Hey guys, I have some really good news for you.
Good. What kind of good?
Guys, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify right now.
It still weirds me out that Matt Massengill is our first fucking episode.
Was that on purpose? Like,
no,
I think, an accident?
We sent in like the episodes that we thought were going to be the best ones for people to kind of get their fingers wrapped around, and the Matt Massengill episode kind of stuck. You know, it is pretty.
I think that's interesting.
There it is, Matt. Well, when you and just for my own edification, you just go type in Liberty Risk Podcast, right?
Yeah, you just search for Liberty Risk Podcast.
It's not like Liberty Risk Podcast 1 4-star 18 minus 1 child.
No, you just go to Like if you're on Spotify, you just go to you just type in the search bar Liberty Risk Podcast, and it comes up with our logo, and you just fucking enjoy and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
Exactly.
So I don't mean to call anybody out, but I'm gonna power through. You can't get a hold of Luke, can you?
No, I can't get.
All right. Well, is Jeannie still in the green room?
Yeah, but she's fucking playing Minecraft. Oh, she's not.
Jeannie, put down the Minecraft. You're coming in early.
All right, here we go. We're right, Jeannie.
It just had a really good ravine last night, so.
Giggity.
Oh, hold up.
Hi, Jeannie. Oh,
hi, Jeannie.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeannie Hackett, Air Force Tech Sergeant, bagged herself an Army E4. Loves her some Minecraft. Is the admin for Military Chive Nation up until very recently, though, right?
4 days ago. 4 days ago.
And what had happened was?
So it was Kaylin's birthday, and earlier this year, y'all remember that viral video of the little girl singing, "I wonder what's inside your butthole."
No.
Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay, maybe it's just me then. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm not in touch with the youths.
It's fantastic. So
He's not a fan of the TikToks.
No, I don't TikTok or Gram.
Well, folks started sending him like T-shirts that said, "I wonder what's inside your butthole," and then like folk would Facebook video call him and sing him, "I wonder what's inside your butthole." So
I can't. I fucking can't. What is that? Oh man,
he
I
turned
feel weird. I feel
30
dirty.
last Wednesday, because I'm a cougar and all with my big old
Happy
36.
birthday.
So we turned 30 last Wednesday, and in MCN, I was like, "Hey, y'all, Caitlin just turned 30. Send butthole pics." And somebody actually took like a Google image of a butthole, like top to bottom, corner to corner, straight butthole. And so I'm like, what the crap?
So this is hold up. So someone just posted a butthole, like an actual a human being's butt, just a random human being butthole.
Oh, straight butthole. So I'm like, holy crap, like we already got 5 flags in a row for the group, and I'm like, they're gonna get our group shut down. And we have that fundraiser for the guy that has his own puppy. It's a 15-month-old puppy, and we have to get it trained to be a service dog. And I was like, oh god, we can't get the group shut down. We're getting ready to do another fundraiser. So Facebook immediately flagged it, removed it. I screenshot the notification to be like, hey, they got you, don't do this, you can't do stuff like that. But it had like the top part of the butthole in the screenshot. So it flagged me. And I got a 30-day ban.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your very normal response to getting blocked for 30 days?
I mean, anybody else who would not follow Facebook community standards would have created another page. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Oh no, you would never do anything like that for sure. Yeah, no, yeah. And it's hilarious that you say that because you have 2 other very good admins. You have Jennifer and you have Bob that do just a great job without you. But for those of you that are in military, Jessica, and Bob, yes. For those of you that are not in military Chive Nation, it's just fucking anarchy right now. Everybody was literally like these fucking God, there are no fucking rules, and doing whatever the hell they want to now.
So with my actual account, I can log in and I can still view everything.
Hold on, Jeannie. Hold on. I gotta put this up here because.
Do you have a photo of the butthole? Oh. Joey, that ain't funny. That is fucking good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to.
You're good.
So now you're like directing from a distance.
We can call it that. We can call it directing from a distance. I will still message folk and be like, "Stop it right now! You better not do that." But like I can still view everything from my profile, and I'll log in like in the morning or something, and I'll have like 30 plus notifications of, hey, since Jeannie's gone, since Mama Jeannie isn't here, let's do this.
Basically, since the person that keeps everybody straight is gone, let's just do whatever the fuck we want to.
Oh man,
I
We're all
love
just
it.
gonna get shut down in under 30 days.
So Jeannie Elise, I can't even post in the group. I can comment, but I can't post.
I think it's hilarious. It's so fucking funny because you sent me the friend request, and I looked at it. The first thing that I did is I screenshotted it and I sent it. I messaged you, Jeannie, and I was like, fucking. Of course you
What was
did.
that again?
Of course. The first thing that you did was try to get right back in because you can't go 30 days without the only thing in your life you can control because you and your fiance, or measurably your better half, told everybody, no, it's a fake account, it's not her. So you can't even get back to the number on your regular account because he's over there at the Trolympics just reaching for gold in professional internet trolling.
This is so great.
It
Look
worked.
at this.
Billy blocked it.
Yeah, Facebook from Facebook the last time he was watching this podcast. Oh, that's right.
What was his comment?
I don't remember what it was, but he made a comment. I remember he texted me like, I got blocked from your page for saying something. I'm like, I don't produce the show, man. I don't know what the fuck you said. My bad. Like,
no, that is fantastic.
We have to go back.
We didn't block him. It was definitely Facebook that generated that because there's no.
He was like, I don't even know what I said. I'm like, well, you better text Billy. All I do is run my cocksucker and drink beer. Like, I don't know.
No, definitely. I don't block it. I don't block anyone from this fucking show. There's no.
So my last ban was a 7-day ban, and then like I went to go say hey to one of my girlfriends that lives in Florida because she was having a hard time. And one of the first things I saw was like a selfie that she had posted, and she's like, hey, I'm feeling really good about myself. And I was like, oh my God, you look so happy and beautiful. And then I saw this one comment that said, it's called a diet fat ass. And I was like,
oh shit.
I was like, wow, you're acting kind of cunty. And then like another 7-day ban, and I was like, oh no, it's my 72-hour ban, and then I got a 7-day ban for bullying and harassment.
Yeah, what Facebook is good about, they'll give you a warning, maybe if you're lucky, and then it'll be like a 24, or if it's really bad, you go to 72, and then it's like a 7-day, and then it's like fuck you for the next month.
Yeah. That's exactly. And it wasn't even anything that I did. So I did appeal it. I was like, hey, look, I took the screenshot. I was like, hey, y'all are going to get our group shut down. Like, we do a lot of fundraisers throughout the year. Like, I love that group. Like, it was totally not intentional. I'm really sorry. And there's even an option on there. Would you like to apologize? And I was like, yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, you better text, motherfucker. I'm not gonna read it during the show because I can't drink the show and text, but no, don't worry, Julie. Taint's not a bad word, apparently. Anal might be, but taint's not a bad word.
God damn it.
I want to know where the limits are.
I don't want to find out, Hugh. We're trying to build this.
Yeah, I don't want to find out either.
Jeannie says butthole picks of the line. I want to know where the line is so I can tiptoe across it. I basically want to play jump rope with that line.
I feel like somebody has to report you. Is that how it goes? Or like, is Facebook?
No. So Jessica made this comment. She was like, so the AI, their artificial intelligence picked it up. She goes, imagine your job being to upload all the butthole pictures into your AI program just so that your AI can catch it.
I was going to say, somebody sitting there in their computer monitor, every time a butthole pic goes up, they get a little ba-ding, like, Jimmy, another butthole.
Butthole.
Is it in an after dark group? Nope. Bleached and everything during the daylight.
So,
hey, speaking of daylight, real quick, Meg. I just managed to get night vision in Minecraft. I'll show you how later.
Oh my God! Really? 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 You know what's so crazy? You know hold on. Like, what's crazy? My kids. So I have our Xbox in the living room, right? I have a very full house. So I have the Xbox in the living room. They beg me to put it in their bedroom. And I'm like, no, fuck, that's not happening because I'll never see you guys ever.
Well, I mean, not just that, they'll never sleep.
No, they'll
Meanwhile,
never
Kayla's
see
like,
you.
I'm buying a Switch so I can play Minecraft in bed.
That's a good call. It's a good call.
Yeah, it's just, and they're on Minecraft. They're telling me, I'm like, what are you guys doing? So they're showing me they're playing Minecraft or whatever. I think they're in the open world or whatever mode they're in.
Creative, yeah.
Yeah, so they're in creative.
I don't pay $50 a month for a realm.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying for fucking Minecraft. It's not happening.
Don't listen to that lying ass sack of shit. That tech sergeant makes that money right out of her purple fiance.
Hashtag not a kid. No, Kaylin and I aren't married. He doesn't get BAH. I have to pay for him.
I have to.
He's on the.
We're gonna have Kaylin on the show so he can tell us about the terrible lifestyle the Air Force provides for him.
It's like a boarding. You're boarding him. That's what it is.
Kaylin is not getting BAH. They've told me multiple times he is not getting BAH. He frequently complains about how he has not gotten BAH and he applied in August.
We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it living room, watching the show like you fucking bitch is so rude to me.
We're gonna call the house the Kaylin Kennel. Like
poor bastard. Oh man!
He's swimming in buttholes, so he's a happy man.
Every 30 days, he's got to request another stay waiver just to fucking live there. It's just so good. It's the first of the month. Could I stay another 30, please?
I'll cook dinner.
At this point, he's squatting. It's been over 30 days. He's a squatter now.
Yeah.
If he's there for 10 years, he gets squatter's rights.
Hey, Kaylin, you have squatter's rights, yeah? You have squatter's rights, yeah?
What? You know what that response was? I don't want to say anything that's going to get me kicked out. Like, what?
My command is watching the internet, Genie. I don't want him to know that I do this.
What? I love you. I love you. Like,
hi into the wild.
Boy. No, it's gotten a bit extra out here for sure between the buttholes and the Minecraft. So also for his birthday, I went all out and threw him a Minecraft themed birthday, like fancy purple frills into the doorways to represent the portal, like Minecraft cupcakes, a Steve smash cake, like swords that he could fight with, everything. It was fantastic. I sent y'all the video of him getting the cake smashed in his face.
Like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Like a 6-year-old's birthday.
Because he's pretty much 6. Yeah.
So this whole Minecraft thing, like, how do you have like a whole, like, you could just join each other's worlds or whatever it is? Like, how the hell does this work? Because my kids were trying to explain this to me. I don't fucking play that game. And they're like, yeah, Dad, you can like create, like, you have to like dig and build and like mash fucking shit together to create other things, to build buildings and or whatever the hell.
It can get pretty scientific, like making machines and like elevators and gates that open, like with redstone mechanics. I don't understand all that stuff. I'm just trying to find time.
So my understanding is that apparently Common Core math for kids, if you can grasp it and do it, makes you better at coding, and Minecraft assists kids in the coding process and solving of Common Core math. Now, that all having been said, I don't know if that's fucking true. Somebody could have just been like, my kid's good at Common Core and can Minecraft, but
yes, it is.
Meghan?
So I nanny for several children as my
you nanny for 2 kids. 2 is not several.
Okay, technically it's 4.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, technically it's 4. Technically I help manage 4 kids. I only really do 2 of them, but Minecraft has been shown to help kids understand different engineering aspects and also understand different types of coding, because within the game it does have an X and Y axis. So you are able to find your coordinates. So it helps kids with finding their coordinates, with geography, with understanding physics, which I don't
Unless you
know.
have feather falling, then you can jump 70 blocks and be okay. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's actually a super good game. Super good. It's a great game for
super good. I love it. Yay.
Yeah. That's
what was that,
like, listen, I make fun of myself. It's a great game for kids to play because it does help them with that mathematics, that engineering. It helps them with their geospatial, like everything. And I only got into it because my younger sister, who is 13 or 12, one of them, was like, hey, will you play this with me? And I was like, sure. And I played it. And 6 hours later, I was like, oh my God, what the hell did I just do? And then I met Katie, and she's like, you should play with us. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing in this game, but okay, I'll play.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So I actually sent a friend request already, so you're welcome.
Oh my god.
I remember on my last deployment when I was in Iraq, the guys were trying to play Minecraft in the NWR. And I came in and I was like, all right, here's like the work. Here's like some extra work that came out this afternoon. They're like, oh, we're almost done building such and such. And I was like, what kind of gay ass dumb fucking shit came out of your fucking mouth? Did you get the fuck out of this fucking MWR? Go do fucking work. And then like they would all leave. And like one kid would sit there like, yeah, whatever. And like keep playing. Like, oh my, what the fuck? And then I would go to the office. I'm like, Chief, Lieutenant. I don't really know. Chief Lieutenant. I don't really know how to say this properly, but fucking Sergeant said you can fuck off. He's gonna finish building this castle wall. And they both looked at me. They're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I don't know what I mean. I can just tell you what is happening." The rest of them went to work, but the one kid is sitting there because, like, I think he knows I can't hit him.
I feel like those conversations happen regardless of military.
That's true. I can't listen. It's just like it's when I was in college the first out of my 7 times, and my professor was like, "You can't be an English teacher and yell at the kids even if they deserve it." I'm like, "Well, I don't think that's true." And he's like, "All right, that's fair. You can do it. You're not gonna have a job the next day, though." And I'm like, "Well, they fucking deserve it. Him and his Karen ass fucking mom."
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's what I said.
So like my daughters are 22 months apart, and it's funny because my youngest one, she tells me she does this. So they have
hold on. You can't just say almost 2 years.
No, they're 22 months apart.
Okay.
So it's the same thing as almost 2 years. Or is it bothering you? So they're 22 months and 9 days apart.
Your kid is breastfeeding at 48 months. That motherfucker's 4.
Oh, then you should just
I just don't. Whatever.
Kick that person.
So, anyways, your kids are almost 2 years apart.
So my youngest will actually she'll wake up early and get on her tablet and go into whatever map her and my daughter are on and go and destroy all my daughter's buildings. And then what she'll do is she'll plant flowers to where they were. And then I heard them arguing. I'm like, what are you guys arguing about? Daddy, she destroyed all my buildings. She goes, well, I planted flowers to make it look like a graveyard to be nice.
I think I remember reading an article.
I know what I'm doing now.
I think I remember reading an article that somebody was building something in Minecraft, and then somebody else came and destroyed it and planted an American flag. That's what I think about when people tell me like somebody destroyed my shit. Well, if they didn't leave an American flag, then it's kind of like, well, maybe.
Yeah, but that's what they do. It's so funny. Like my youngest daughter's like purposely will wait weeks and weeks and weeks, and then just get up early one morning and go.
It's brutal. It is brutal. We had to make a truce between everybody in the realm. I think we have 8 people in our realm right now, and we had to make a truce. Like, there's no killing each other. There's no blowing each other's stuff up. Like, nothing like that. Because it can get pretty aggressive. I remember about, I want to say it was probably like 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. It's a phenomenal babysitter. I started
fucking mother of the year up there.
6:30 Mountain Time this morning, and didn't stop until they brought me into the video thing here. Anyhow, so like 10 years ago, my kid brother and I were playing, and he built this like massive, like intricate tree house in the middle of the forest. And he hung up on me one day. I was trying to ask him how school is doing, and he was like, "I gotta go to work. Fuck you, bye." And I was like, "What the shit?" I was like, "Okay, watch this." So I logged into Minecraft and I set his whole fucking forest on fire. He didn't talk to me for 3 months. 3 months. Every year on Facebook, I share it. Hey, Jim, remember when that happened? It was great.
It's so weird to me. Like I might only be 32 here. But I remember you used to just go beat people up when you didn't like them. Now, apparently, the thing is you just go set their Minecraft shit on fire.
Oh, you know what? 38 years old? I do that shit when I play the video game.
Difference is that you were in Jersey. It was one thing to piss into somebody's gas tank and slash a couple of tires, and it's like no big deal. Now, your kids are out there like, listen, if you really want to get back at that little bastard at your school, you log in, go get his Minecraft password. Daddy will help you burn his house down.
So
right?
It was
exactly even with so like parents right now are like, okay, this is what you do to really get back at your kids.
Yes.
You wrap empty boxes, and every time they piss you off, you chuck one in the fire. Now,
the problem with that. Hold on, the problem with that is like, what if you run out of kids?
No,
Matt was hella delayed in that one. Cheers, Meg. Cheers.
So, my kids, it drives me nuts because like if we were on a road trip and I'm trying to talk to my daughter, and she's ignoring me. She's just on her fucking tablet, like not even just ignoring me to be funny, like Space Cadet just out there ignoring me. And I told her, I said, I'm not going to say her name on here, but I was like, sweetie, if you keep ignoring me, I'm going to throw your tablet out the window. And she heard that. She goes, no, you won't. I said, okay, could you do me a favor? And I asked her to grab something out of the cooler for me. And she just kept ignoring me. So I took her tablet. We're on I-95 North doing about 78 miles an hour. I took her tablet. Poof. Poof. Launched that fucker, looked at the rear view, watched that thing skip over the median and into oncoming traffic, and I'm like, I'll take that ticket. Yeah. He looked at me like, and I was like, it was a Kindle tablet. It was only $50. I'll get you another one when you listen.
Wow.
Oh my God. Wow. Does she listen now?
Oh God, yes. Are you kidding me? That kid was so well behaved. Are you fucking serious right now?
So Billy.
Yeah. Like I don't care. It drives me. I'm I'm a single father though, so it's like I don't have help. So it's like when I'm asking you to do something, please pay attention. Just give me 30 seconds of your time, and you can go back to fucking Minecraft or whatever you're doing. But when you're just not listening, when you're just that zoned out, whoop, see ya. I don't care.
So
it's wild.
I have a fun dad story for you, Billy, to come after yours. So back on N64, do you guys remember Bomberman?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
So my GoldenEye. I remember GoldenEye. I don't remember
Bomberman. Odd Job, and you couldn't hit Odd Job because he was like a foot and a half shorter than everyone else. Oh yes, Bomberman too, though.
My older brother, my younger brother, and I used to play Bomberman, and we would rotate whose turn it was. Well, my older brother was a dick about it and never wanted to share. So we would always get into fights with him, and we were very, very aggressive and very violent growing up. So we would literally beat the shit out of each other. And we learned it from my dad. So my dad got pissed off.
Moment.
My dad got pissed off. My dad got pissed off that we were arguing about whose turn it was next on Bomberman. So instead of disciplining us in a Bobby fashion, my dad pulled the Bomberman game out, took a golf club, smashed it on the floor, and then opened the window and threw it out of our window. And we're all just like, okay. And now whenever we start arguing about something, my dad turns to us and he's like, hey, I'll go Bomberman on you. Don't you question me. I will do it. And now it's a threat. But your story reminded me of
quick how to like set a timer. Hey, I'm gonna play for this long, and then you'll play for this long. And
my brother and I didn't do that. I remember when we were getting ready to move over to Italy in like 1999. I had a Game Boy and my brother had a Game Boy, and he had Pokemon Yellow and I had Pokemon Red. And the deal was we didn't swap until like we beat it, but Gavin used to take mine because he would just power through to the end and beat it, and I wanted to do all this extra crap. So he would take mine while I was
So all the side missions count.
That's what I said. I want to catch all the motherfuckers.
Yeah, everything, yeah.
Yeah. So he would take mine because he would be ready and then like reset the game. And I remember because my brother's younger than I am, for whatever reason, it was never a big deal. But if God fucking forbid I ever did it to him, I'm still salty.
My father, when I was playing ready, you go back N64, when I was playing Sega, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sega.
I wasn't listening to my dad, right? So me and my little brother shared a room, and my brother's watching me play, and I'm sitting there just playing the video game. And I heard my father calling me, but I was like, there's no saving in this game. Fuck you. I'm playing.
Right? Super Nintendo, Jurassic Park. He'll come down for dinner. I can't, Debbie. The game's still going.
So he got pissed.
Debbie too.
He got so pissed off that I was ignoring him because of this video game. He walked in the room, unplugged the fucking Sega, unplugged the TV, took the cords, looked at me and goes, should have listened, snap, and cut the cords. So
the cords cost almost as much as the damn console.
He cut the cords to the television and to the console. So it's now my father is an electrician by trade. So in his mind, he's like, I could just fucking fix it. Who gives a shit? But
you didn't know that when you were younger.
No. When I'm 9,
you just thought you're just sitting there like, that's $48 none of us fucking have because you bought this house back in the 60s, you fucking terrible.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was, to me, I'm just like, he could have just taken the console. He could have just taken it out of the room and then given it back at a later time.
But now we don't even have TBS.
And he denies this. My mother was watching when this happened, and she said this was true. He specifically held the cords up and looked at me and like for a good 30 seconds. Clip. And just held the fucking ends that he cut in his hand and then just walked away. Didn't say a word.
That's how you end up with Chuck Rock stuck in your console.
So when I tell people that I've launched my daughter's $50 fucking Christmas special Amazon tablet out the window, yeah. I didn't.
So I don't think my parents ever took anything like that, but I do remember probably the second most angry I've ever been at my brother, besides the time I came home and my house looked like shit. Like 3 months ago. I think the most angry I've ever been is that we were in Italy and he didn't know about a step-down transformer. So he plugged my Xbox directly into the wall and hit the power button, and all it did was go. Now I was in high school at the time, so I was in England and he was still in Italy, so I didn't know for a few months. So like I got over it very quickly. But I think that was probably like for my brother, I think that was the first time where for him it was like, oh, shit's not the same everywhere. Yeah. So Jeannie,
look at this.
So Brittany says my kids are currently crying because we told them the elf on the shelf can't be touched by humans or Santa doesn't come. And one of them bumped into it and it's bumped into the thing it's sitting on and it just fell on the floor.
They can pick it up with grabbers.
Little grabber arm thingies. You can move them.
Yeah. So funny thing. Relevant.
It's funny that this is what we did. Yeah,
you're totally going raptor arms on everyone.
Like a raptor chicken arms on the screen.
I like how 3 of us are doing this on screen right now.
So Jeannie, we're getting ready to wrap up 2020, which has been a phenomenal year for all of us, especially you in the Air Force. You probably got extra internet and base rations and all this other crap.
Yeah.
All of us not respect you. We definitely all didn't respect you before the pandemic. We all knew you'd get the money during the pandemic. If you had to tell us what is the best thing that happened this year while you've been on active duty, thanks to the pandemic? An engagement doesn't count. An engagement doesn't count.
Wait, what doesn't count?
An engagement doesn't count. Like obviously that was out of desperation.
Like specifically military related, or like any area in my life?
No, for military related, because obviously we all know the we being the four of us here. For those of you watching that are civvies and whatnot, we all know we didn't get leave. We couldn't go home and see family. We couldn't, a lot of people couldn't do a lot of things that we were going to do. But that doesn't mean that everything that happened this year was negative. Some of us had very positive experiences in the military thanks to the coronavirus. I got to go to a sea school because the Navy was like, oh, shit, we didn't spend money. We need to burn it. So for me, going to California was kind of a bonus. But so for you, what I would like to know, on top of the extra Wi-Fi and the BAH that you got as opposed to your fiance, who's a little piddly ass E4, what is a positive thing that the Air Force gave you thanks to the coronavirus?
Oh goodness.
And like 70 days off of work is one of those things. Like, if you're telling me that you got to do therapy for a person, because you correct me if I'm wrong, you're still an alcohol and a drug and substance abuse counselor.
Yes, I
am. So if you got to do any of that shit from home with just like your blouse on, but like some like Deadpool sweatpants,
it was like straight phone calls, dude. I didn't even have to get out of my pajamas. Like I had an alarm set literally for 7:50 in the morning because we have to dial into work for our meeting at 7:55. So I dial in.
So you're like brushing your teeth at the
same time. Oh no, I'm still in bed.
Oh, you're the fucking worst. And then wake up and stretch, like Facebook videos, some Wild Now, a couple of music videos. Like, all right, 4.5 minutes later, I'm ready. Let's do this. Karen, stop snoring.
I do have to say, the coolest thing though that we've been able to figure out in regards to this pandemic is telehealth in general. Like, we have had so many people that have just praised telehealth. We can make the phone calls, we can do the video chats. You don't have to leave your office. It has been so much more convenient for people to get mental health care, their substance abuse care, everything simply by a video and a telephone call, and they don't have to come into the office. So a bit of a learning curve, particularly if it's been like just over the phone, because in mental health, like, you look at the body language, you look at the facial expressions, like all of that plays a role in how you're assessing your patient. So there was a bit of a challenge in regards to that, but overall, I would have to say that, like, at least at my installation, like, our numbers have been steady or have even increased because of availability of care.
Do you think that the telehealth has really given people like the extra confidence boost to come in, knowing they don't have to see you face to face, like
Absolutely.
within 10 feet of each other? They've like, oh, if I don't want to do this, I can just shut my camera off, or I can be like,
absolutely. Because it's another layer of protection for them as well. So I guess the word that you would use here would be when you have to look at somebody in the eyes, you feel a lot more vulnerable. Sure. And if you're not prepared to be that vulnerable, then just doing it over the phone takes that nervousness or that tension away. So I would say, yeah, absolutely. It's given folk a lot more confidence or even really courage to be able to call in and get the help that they want or need.
Has your unit talked about what you're going to do next year? Are you talking about first quarter next year or first 2 quarters next year, and what your plans are?
So there's still talk how we're looking at increasing man and bringing folk back to the clinic like come January, but still we're just following CDC guidelines from there and just pretty much doing what they're telling us to do.
Are you playing Minecraft on your super dope ass therapy computer at home with like your dual screen? And I'm sorry. I just assume that you're accommodating people at home, and then like as soon as the workday ends, you're like, all right, fuck those people. Back to Minecraft.
No. So I can't even get my CAC reader to work on my Mac. Why I got a Mac? I don't even know. So I'm like, Microsoft Teams, please send me this and please send me that. And here's my personal email and like all this. And I'm the freaking NCIC. So I'm like, okay, I gotta feel left out of the loop because I can't figure out how to work stuff. But no, if I don't have patience, I'm really just standing by, just waiting to be told what to do. So that's been the downside of the pandemic is like I miss work. Yeah, I miss going into the office. I miss, being right there to help folk. It is so weird not seeing people walk in and out the clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How when are you up for orders, and where are you taking Kaylin?
So I actually will be retiring here. I have got in
Oh,
December.
dang.
I've got 3 years and 9 months until retirement.
And you're going to retire there in Colorado?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
old.
so-
I'll tell ya.
So, no, it's seasoned.
We
is
go
what we're calling
party
it now. We're seasoned now.
together.
And where is Kaylin taking you for his next duty station?
He's getting out. So
Oh, dang. Okay.
so
Oh shit!
all right. So he did one term, got out, started nursing school. Then he was like, actually, I've got to try this, and if I don't try this, like I'm gonna feel like I really didn't put my all in. So he did a second, like a couple years later, did a second enlistment. So he's in that second enlistment now.
Okay.
And he's like, yep, that didn't really work out. So he's back in school. He is working on his nursing degree. And by the time I retire, he should be finished with his clinicals by then. And then we're moving up to Montana, middle of nowhere.
Nice. So you'll
yeah.
be retired. So you'll have your retirement, your disability. He'll have his nursing degree.
His nursing
degree. Yes. And then you'll be nursing people in Montana, all like 8 of them.
Yep. And I'll have retirement, so full retirement, and then because of the car wreck, the disability. And, if we happen to, hopefully, we have a couple of little heathens that we can raise, and then
Some little pieces of crotch fruit running around.
I can have Minecraft teach them Common Core.
Oh,
apparently.
my God, Jesus, hell.
Yeah.
Way to bring it back. Way to go
Be
360. Well, Ginny, thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate it. We know you. You weren't really inconvenienced. You knew you were here an hour ahead of time. You just played Minecraft for a little bit. And
Yeah, you definitely were. We caught you in the green room.
Oh, we thank you very much. We can't wait to have you on again next year when we come back separately from Karen, because we love to talk to him about what it's like to be a dependent podcast.
Oh yes, so he's out by the time. So just the final thing, by the time he actually finishes up his leave, he'll have less than a year left. So
dope. So the day the day after he's out, he's gonna have to be here to tell us about how much he fucking hated everything for the past couple of years. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, Mazel, good things.
I love it. And don't think that every time you said can't that I haven't heard what you've actually said. Anyhow, thank y'all so much for having me on again. It's always a pleasure to be a part of stuff like this, and really just getting to know y'all over the years, and really Meg just recently, and now here she is coming to my wedding, which you two still have
I'm moving out there.
Well, joke's on you. I'll probably be in Africa, so I'll have to MC from a distance.
July 4th. July 4th.
Oh, we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we come to it.
Okay, but thank you again for having me on. I look forward to being on again. Love you both.
Thanks, Judy.
We'll see you soon.
She said both. She wasn't talking to you, Meg.
No, just like your sister, And we got Minecraft after this.
Oh my God.
I believe that for sure.
Bye, y'all.
Oh my God, she's the best. She's hilarious.
I love her.
Yeah,
I'll see them later tonight. I'll be playing Minecraft after this.
She'll be back,
Jesus Christ, that wine glass is as big as your fucking head.
It is a big ass fucking wine.
Holy
glass.
shit,
God.
Meg, what the fuck?
Listen, I have a really tiny head.
That's got nothing to do with the size of a wine
Whatever
glass.
helps you sleep better at night.
No, this is a normal size wine glass.
The wine is helping.
This is a normal size wine glass.
All right, who do we got? We got our final guest, right?
I just want to hold on before we bring Richard in real quick. I just want to say we had planned. Quiet you. We had planned to have our friend Luke Sanford on tonight. For those of you who had watched our first 10 episodes or something, it was episode 6, 7, or 8. Luke Sanford was on. He's a Purple Heart recipient.
Not Medal of Honor.
Not Medal of Honor. I don't know who said that. That was weird, but Purple Heart recipient. And he was on and he talked about going through Walter Reed and his therapy and his rehab and getting back into the world, getting a service dog, getting a nuclear medicine program here at Old Dominion University. But he wanted me to tell you guys, so he was a recipient of one of these programs that provide military personnel a house. I mean, you guys, Billy, I'm sure, Billy, you've heard of those, right?
Yeah.
So he got this house down in Chesapeake, and because he's a Marine, Luke put a couple of cameras up on his house, and can prove with video that there were gang-related incidents in his area. And by gang-related, I mean gunshots. Like, I have synced them on his phone. These people pull up in an SUV, get out, come around the corner, and then fire like 37 rounds down the street. And then you go to the other camera on the other end of his house, and you see the people receive the 37 rounds on the other end of the street. And this happened 3 times.
He lives in a good neighborhood then.
Just this year.
That sounds like you should move.
Yeah, so Luke called these people and said, hey, while I really love and appreciate this house, there's a lot of gunshots going on. So Luke is currently living in his 5th wheel. I think up near Little Creek or something with his wife. They're actually enjoying it. They bought a 5th wheel to live while their house is getting put together, so they didn't have to live in this gunshot riddled environment, which frankly, as a Marine, you would think he'd be used to, but he didn't want to do that.
Probably giving him some PTSD.
I'm curious to hear what the organization that got him the house said about it.
It is a very nice house. You know, it's not like they go and find them like garbage places. It just happened to be in a shit neighborhood. And like, what's the statistical likelihood an organization knows you're going to be in a shit neighborhood when they provide you a house? You know what I mean? Like, you either know or you don't. And if you don't know, then, you know, you're as surprised as they are. So that's why Luke isn't here tonight. We hoped he was going to be here, but the internet on Little Creek is crap. And so that's why he's not here. So, but in lieu of Luke, we are bringing our ginger fuck friend on, Richard, who's been on multiple times before. Yeah. He and I share a fondness for not having any souls. Richard, for those of you who don't know, Richard is the most recent graduate of Leashes of Valor. He's had his service dog for just over 30 days now. He also thinks disc golf is a sport, even though it's not. But, you know, table tennis.
Shaking his head right now. I can see
table tennis is in the Olympics, so like anything is possible, Richard. So Billy, with also, excuse me, I missed something.
No, bring Richard in first, and then I'll say also.
Oh, then you'll talk shit about him. What up, my guy?
Hey!
There you go, Jeannie. Jeannie thinks disc golf is a sport. There you go, Jeannie.
Yeah, there we go.
Rich, what's up, brother?
I survived.
Yeah, man. You know, we are all so excited because I've known Matt Massingill for a very long time, longer than I realized at first. Meg has known him a short amount of time, so she only knows the cynical, masochistic side. Billy knows his wife the same way that you do, but you know Matt Massingill a lot more intimately now than the rest of us. I want to know the number of times before 9 a.m. that motherfucker tried to make you cry.
Wait.
Oh, wait. What's your also, Meg?
I have to tell you. Yeah, I have to tell you my also. Also, you might say disc golf is not part of the Olympics. Breakdancing just became part of the Olympics.
Well, clearly the Olympics is losing its credibility.
Listen, the Olympics are a joke.
Go ahead, Richard.
I'm sorry. If my computer gets bumped, I apologize.
Look, if you're not watching the single person luge, then there's no point in even watching the Olympics.
What's the point of watching?
Like Robin Williams,
curling.
And gymnastics and figure skating.
Like Robin Williams said, you want to dress like a sperm and go balls first down and I shoot. So I'm sorry, Meg, you're end first.
That was a good jab there, Meg. I've missed you guys. So Matt, I actually changed his text message tone just so that I knew when it was him text messaging me.
The Death Star.
The
Vader theme.
Yeah, the Vader theme.
His ringtone is actually the Golden Girls theme. That's a true story right now. Man, it was yeah.
So,
I only told him once I hated him. So
Richard, before you get into it, for those of you who are only new to our show, which means you have terrible friends who haven't told you about us ahead of time, Richard just went and got a service dog from a company, Leashes of Valor. Very good friends of ours. They provide service dogs for post 9/11 veterans suffering from PTSD, TBI, and MST. And he's had his dog Carrie. Is that correct?
Yeah, here's Carrie.
Carrie for a little over. Richard has been bonding with Carrie for a little over 30 days at home. You did the 14-day program up there at their facility in Milford, Virginia, and it's 14 full days. It's not a 5 days, 2 off, 5 days, 2 off. It's every day you're getting up and you're training and you're doing your public access. You're training the dog. You're learning the commands. And for those of you that don't know, Matt Massengill, who's the director of Canine Operations, huge cunt, solid person, huge cunt. Matt's job is to make you uncomfortable through this program. And Richard, so you just went through it. So the difference is that normally when we talk to people who went through it, it's been a couple months, but you're fresh out of the gate.
Yeah. Saturday was 30 days.
Tell us about day one, man.
So not to bring it down, but I was supposed to leave on Saturday, about 6 weeks ago, but my dad actually passed away that morning. He'd been sick for a while. We knew that he was going to pass away, but we didn't know it was going to be the day I was supposed to leave.
And what did Matt say?
And so Matt's like, "Oh, you stay home. You know, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. We'll set up." And so he kept calling me, but we kept talking. He's like, "Listen, I'm not a very emotional person, but just listen to what I'm saying." And I'm like, "Okay." So I actually left a day late. Got up there, drove the 8 hours, which was good, I guess. My dad had just passed away, so it was a little bit of a struggle for me. But I got up there, and Matt kept telling me, like, pull over, get some food, chill out, relax coming up here. I was like, nope, pedal to the metal. I got to get there. If I don't get there, I'm going to lose it. So got there, met Matt officially. Because
you'd only met him one time prior to that, right?
Yeah, so Danique and I have been friends for...
That's what you and Danique were stationed at Mayport, right?
No. We were in Goose Creek. So
Goose Creek, excuse me.
Me and Danique were in Mayport together.
Danique and I were in Mayport.
Yeah. How dare you?
I know, so when I get there, Danique's not even there. She's out of town, which was...
Naturally. That was probably a tactical decision. She was probably like, I don't want to see a good friend of mine go fetal because my husband, whom she loves to the ends of the earth and back.
Yeah. So Sunday was good, and then Monday was like, I'm sorry, Carrie keeps bumping my table. She's alerting. I'm okay.
She's alerting. No, I'm just on a show with a bunch of retards.
I'm just pissed off at Meg. It'll be all right. No reason, babe. No reason. Just pissed off at you. And then Monday was like, let's shoot this video. Let's shoot this video. Let's shoot this video. We've got this donor. We've got
pictures.
Yeah. And so I would like to say at this point, nobody had slipped up and said my dog's name. Nobody had slipped up and said he or her. I kind of had an idea of which 3 I was going to get. I wasn't really sure which one. And then Matt just mistakenly said her at one point, and I went, okay, all right.
After all the shit and all the secrecy.
He does.
I'll say it. That's the one thing you don't. And there's one girl in here I know for a fact who is one of the next Warriors. I asked Billy and Hugh. I tried to ask Meg, but she's clueless as all get out. I asked Billy and Hugh. I would ask them questions. They'd be like, "Oh yeah," they would tell me this. They would tell me that, but they didn't know my dog's name. So that's like the one thing you don't know is your dog's name. You don't know which dog you're getting. It's like the big surprise. Matt really pushes that. So when he said she, there was only one girl dog, but I'd forgotten her name. Honestly, I was so messed up with all the videos and pictures that I'd forgotten. I only knew one dog, so
it's funny too because I remember you asking, and I remember Billy asking me as well, and I remember telling Billy and you both like, "I'm not telling you shit. Yeah. I'm not ruining this for you. You go fucking learn today." And I would, I've known Matt since I was I had to be like 16 because that motherfucker's old as hell, and he was on the island in Italy with my old man, and Billy and Richard, you both stationed with Danique before Matt came around. And I go visit Matt up in Fredericksburg a bunch of times during that year. Matt's like, "Oh, you can tell him like, fuck you, old man. I'm not telling anybody shit. I'm not risking I tell them anything." And then you come over like, "Oh, so you told Billy and Richard that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I told them you have a farm, motherfucker.
Yeah. I told him, I said, I kept asking Hugh what was going to happen. He's like, I'm not telling you. And he's like, you're damn right. He told you.
Billy it's funny because both you and Billy were like, oh, Matt said you can tell me whatever. I'm like, Matt's a lying son of a bitch. Fuck
and
Matt.
Billy, listen, I love Billy. Billy is hands down one of my closest friends. But
you don't
I told Billy,
here.
I told Billy, I said, hey, Danique said you could tell me whatever. He goes, oh, well, fuck, I'll just tell you whatever now. And he just started unloading.
That's what a good friend does.
Yeah, it is. So I got to meet Carrie, and it was a big deal. And I guess the line everybody knows now is I said it was perfect. That's what's been on all the videos now and all the articles and stuff. So, and she's perfect. And so we spent the next 12 days together, bonding and getting close. And I only really got mad at Matt twice the whole time I was there.
You called me after one of those times too when you were in the cabin. You're like, dude, just don't say anything. Just listen. I just got to get this off my chest.
Yeah.
And that's it. It was awesome.
I was mad. I was really mad. Was it like a work-related mad? He was pushing you and trying to get
That's exactly what it is. And that's what's amazing about it. That's what I told Rich that before he went up there. I said, look, man, he's going to push you to the point where you want to get behind him and just twist his head backwards. Like, yeah, I did. But he's doing it because he's getting
a reason. There's a goal.
Yeah.
There's a whole goal behind it. He wants to put you in top, like in the most stressful situations in public as possible. And he's doing it because he loves his job and he's fucking really good at it.
He's really good at it.
Richard and Billy, you both have been through Matt's program, Leish's program, excuse me. But we'll call it Matt's program. He's the one that takes you out. Mm-hmm. You need to know when you're getting a service dog that you can get through whatever the situation is that is winding you up.
Yeah. Well, there was one. The first time I got mad. So the one of two times I got mad. I'm not going to discuss the second one because it's really I want the people who are going to go through to deal with it themselves. And I think he did it intentionally, but he didn't show me he did it intentionally till we were done. Mm-hmm. And I just sat there in silence for a few seconds. I looked at him, I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And that was it. But the first time we were leaving the farm and he brought up a person in my naval history who will remain nameless, but was just an asshole and he was a racial asshole. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And he brought him up, and it was the first time I wanted to reach across the truck and just punch him. And I just looked at him, and I didn't even. I went total quiet, lockdown mode. I was like, I'm not talking to you right now. And so later he's like, I pissed you off, didn't I? I was like, yeah, you really did. But I mean, he knows what he's doing. It's a great program. I left there on a Friday morning. Because I had to get back from my dad's memorials, and it just was.
What's been the hardest part since you got home? Because you've had Carrie for 30 days at home now, which means your wife and your kids have had to make some accommodations. What's been the hardest part? Your wife having to sleep on the couch so Carrie can have her side of the
bed. So we have a king size bed, and Carrie takes up a good portion of it.
The middle. Yeah. Carrie is like, haha, suck it.
Yeah, I've got to touch Richard, and you don't get to. The hardest part has been not killing the lady at PetSmart with her little poodle the other day who kept sniffing Carrie, even after I was like, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop. Yeah. I think that's been the hardest part. Excuse me. I've been drinking beer.
You and I both, man. You carry on with your bad self. It's the end of the year. I don't know if you know this. It's been a pandemic. We've all had a tough time.
What?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of drink tonight.
2020 is my favorite year ever.
Meg's like, I drink from a bladder.
Meg, hold up the wine glass to size it up to your head again, because it's
Do you have a biggest?
Yes, Meg. So earlier, Richard, we're sorry to interrupt your story. Earlier, Meg was messaging us about dressing nice tonight, and it was just making me angry just telling her,
no! Went the fuck off on her for
like, Meg, I'm fucking moving.
Sweaters. I'm not wearing a Santa hat. Fuck this shit.
And she just kept making recommendations, and I'm like, we said no! She's like, I'm gonna dress
And
nice.
I'm like, okay, it's just a suggestion. You don't have to be pissed off about it. Don't get your panties in a bunch. I'm literally making a suggestion
So I
to you.
I took my panties
God
off.
damn,
And they
you're
didn't
real
bunch up.
sensitive.
Yeah,
I
who
took
wears
my panties
underwear?
off, so they didn't bunch up. Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Speaking of panties, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. You guys are on Apple and Spotify now. Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
That's
man.
hard reading. I guess I should read the bottom ticker.
Yeah, you should read the bottom ticker.
It's amazing how ESPN has convinced us not to read the bottom ticker.
So true.
Like
true.
I'm waiting on that score to come across. I want to see how the Giants won, and which that's a shout out to you, my bro. And I want to see how the Giants won. Oh, or what happened in the Giants game. Oh, look, they won. Thanks, bottom ticker. Let me wait the initial 45 minutes for them to actually be on SportsCenter. But
yep,
I digress. So went through the program. The hardest part, man, has just been adapting my life to it. Honestly, just not letting my kids, be super involved in her life, so she bonds to me, and which sounds bad, but it's
really
hard. It sounds bad, yeah. But they got it. Like my kids got it from the word go, and we actually sat down yesterday and talked about commands they can give her, what those commands look like, what she's supposed to do with those commands, which she didn't, they had not done before because they saw me do them. My 5-year-old's actually really good at it, but they saw me do them, but they didn't actually. Bye, Meg. They didn't actually.
They've both pissed like 4 times so far.
I know. Like I've been on here for like 30, 45 minutes. They've done like 12 trips.
Listen, we said we were going to be fucking real, and I have to pee at the smoke deck.
You know what's funny? And the old man that's sitting here hasn't gone fucking once. So
that's right.
You're not drinking though.
Yep.
So yeah, man, it's just been different. Work hasn't really changed because I mainly work from home anyways. I catch all the bad guys from home. But work hasn't really changed. The hardest thing right now, now that I think about this, has been officiating sports, actually. Knowing when to take her, when not to take her. That's been the hardest thing I've done so far. But she has gone with me to a couple football games. She has gone with me to a couple basketball games. My wife or my mom, who have been amazing through this whole process, they both went with me, at different times. And then
does she do pretty good just kind of hanging out, watching you do your thing?
Yeah, she slept through a couple basketball games, which I can't blame her. They suck.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing. Whiskey does this. Like when I'm coaching the girls' soccer team, I take her out to the field. I just give her, down command, and I just tell her to stay, and she just. And I'm right there. I'm only within 20. I'm moving within 20. In our what they call the coach's box because it's fucking lined off.
Coach, please stay in the box.
Yeah, the one game I got thrown out of, I looked at the ref. I don't think a lot of people down here understood, but I was like, like that. And he was like, you're out of it. Like he threw me right out of the game. I was like, God damn it.
I will. The people see the dog now. I mean, obviously, I walk in with a yellow lab. I stand out, much less being in stripes. So we were at our first football game together. It was the week after I got back, and the far sideline. So if you don't know, I work the home sideline, then there's the visitor sideline. So the far sideline, the deep over there, the defensive coordinator for that visiting team said, "What's he have a dog for?" Now remember, it's our whole job to officiate.
My own fucking business.
He said it's our whole job to. You got to remember, we officiate. We make thousands of decisions per play. He looks at him and goes, "Oh, it's a CNI dog," and just kept on moving. Kept on moving.
Oh my god! Fucking
so great.
That's fantastic. Oh,
so
perfect.
When they started yelling that I was blind, I would just shake my head yes.
Yep.
They just let me in here. I can't see what's going on. I can't see if there's this one at my head, but yes.
Yeah, like I didn't see your player hold.
It's funny you say stuff like that. When I first got Guinness Richard, you weren't the age that I was when I got Guinness, and the age that I was drinking a lot, and I didn't care about people. And when I would go to places like Target,
I don't care about people.
No, but you can keep your tongue, and I I don't have that ability. So I'd be at Target or places and I'd be shopping and I'd have Guinness and these fucking parents. Well, because it wasn't necessarily just women. It was parents with their kids. And they'd be like, can my kid pet your dog? And I'm like, can I pet your kid? And they're like
I remember that.
It's been fun. I hope you enjoyed Spotify.
And they'd be like, what? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You want to pet my medical instrument that clearly says service dog, but the line drawing is I can't pet your kid in Florida? Shout it. I'd come home, and at the time I was living with Matt, and I'd come home and be like, hey, Matt, just a heads up. I was at Target again, and here's what happened. He'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ, we're going to get shut down. Can't help veterans because you can't shut his cocksucker. We're gonna have to relocate.
Yeah,
I had a lady. I was at Walmart. It was one of the like a week or so into my training, and she's Carrie and I were training, and Mom and Susan, the kids were off shopping or whatever, and this kid comes up and he's like, "Oh, look at that dog," and the mom's like, "Don't pet that dog. It's obviously a service dog. You can't pet it."
They're so loud,
right? And the kid was like, "Oh, thanks." Okay, Mom. I mean, like, I was like, look, that's pretty legit. Like, that's okay. You know,
when the kid goes, okay, it's different. But when the parent is like very loud and they're right next to you, like, you can't pet it. Yeah. It's clearly working. You're like, I'm not fucking deaf.
I'm not deaf.
I'm just retarded and blind.
And then Carrie's like,
I'm just retarded.
So then she was like, she literally looks at me.
I'm sorry, Richard. Brittany's right. I was out with Brittany, and I think one of the
read the comment.
Brittany says he actually said that to someone when I was with him. I instantly walked in a different direction. We were out. I think I had Guinness. Actually, I had Guinness, and like 7 days later, I was in Maine for vacation, and I remember shouting at someone. I hadn't even adapted. The 30 days hadn't happened yet, and I was like losing it on somebody, and Brittany was like, "Oh no. We live here. That motherfucker's visiting."
So I just want to say this out. Pam Jeffcoat, if you're watching, Hugh is the reason we have the 30-day rule. So
Pam. Love you, mean it.
The hand wave.
What I think is still funny is that Jeannie's still in the green room and she's still playing Minecraft.
She's not a 10. That's okay.
Yeah, she's still playing Minecraft.
So Richard,
she's a 9.
She's still like this. She's like, "What the fuck, Billy?"
Richard, you've had 30 days back at home.
Hang on. Mom, there's Pam. Hey, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
She's legit. She's part of the family now. So this mom, she goes, she's obviously a service dog. And I was like, yeah, I kind of shake my head, smile, just be the nice guy. She looks at me from head to toe, back up to head, and goes, he's injured somewhere.
Yes.
I mean, she ain't wrong. Technically.
I just looked at her, gave her a smirk, which you guys know I'm really good at. And I just turned around and walked the other way because Matt's like, "Oh, I would have tore to pieces." I was like, "No, I just wasn't in the mood."
He says that he wouldn't have done that, but I have done that. I've been places and they're like, "You can't pet that dog; he's clearly injured." And I'm like, "Do you laugh at people in wheelchairs too?" And I've been places where like kids are like, "Mom, I want to pet the dog," and the parent is like, "He's disabled." But not stupid bitch. And I'm not quiet either. I'm not quiet because the worst thing that happens is I remember when Guinness and I flew to a C school in California. Guinness is small enough to fit under the seat in front of me. So Guinness is in the seat in front of me. Quiet you. I watched a movie
small at one point.
You put your dog in a purse. Be quiet.
No, Guinness is small enough to slide under the seat in front of me. I'm not small. Guinness is small. So I watched movies on my phone the whole time. And I landed and I'm like checking to find out. I'm at LAX and I'm looking for what baggage claim I'm going to be at. And some guy was like, he comes up to me like behind me and then to the side of me. He's like, "Did you come from Atlanta?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" well, your dog was barking the whole time. And I'm like, no, he wasn't. I'm like, no, he wasn't. He goes, well, I was on the flight from Atlanta and your dog was barking the whole time. And I'm like, the dog was in the seat in front of me and I was watching Game of Thrones. Like, the dog wasn't barking.
Richard,
I'm not saying,
my first dog.
look at that dog that just got fucking problems. I'm like, I'm not saying a dog wasn't barking, and I'm not saying a dog from Atlanta wasn't barking. I'm just saying that my dog wasn't barking. And so he goes, well, I don't think people like you should be on flight. So at the time that this is happening, the security guy walks by and I said, hey, what's the maximum that can happen if I murder somebody in an airport in Atlanta or in LA? And he goes, well, you go to jail. I'm like, but I'm disabled and have a service dog. Is there a special place for me? He goes, yeah, probably. And I looked at the guy and I was like, I swear to God, I've buried people in the desert for fucking less. If you want to keep, I'm not going to waste all the time on the show, but the length of crap that I think his dead mother felt.
Oh my God.
I have no problem. I've got no problem. If you're very comfortable saying what you said, I'm going to sleep great at night. When people are like, oh, how do you sleep at night? I'd be like that. I sleep at this.
I sleep with my service dog right next to me.
Yeah. I sleep on my side with my dog curled up right next to me with a shot glass on the counter.
Yeah. So I will say I did see Matt. We went to a pizza joint with the world's most okayest Marine. And
the world's okayest Marine. He hasn't been here tonight. Can we round of applause the world's okayest Marine? Billy, the world's okayest Marine.
I'm not gonna out him on some things, but we went to a pizza joint, and they're like, this little girl, man, I just felt bad for her. She didn't know. She was about this tall and about this big around. And she goes, oh my God. So will you guys be eating here? And I'm standing off to the side, right? Because I'm not Chris. I'm
sorry. Hold on. Were you at that pizza joint in Fredericksburg with the big, huge slices? You can get it in the big box?
No. We weren't there. We were somewhere.
Some shittier place. Sure.
Yeah, we were somewhere near where Chris is trying to get his 6 hours. And and this little girl goes, so you'll be sitting outside? And we're all like, no. And she's like, well, with the animals, you have to sit outside. And Matt goes, no, we don't. And I went, oh, damn, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh.
He'll I fuck her until she's fucking dead. No, we don't.
And I was standing behind him, but I could see through him because I could see his reflection in her eyes because her eyes got this big. And you could tell she was in over her head, and which wasn't much. I mean, she was this tall. And Matt just was like, no, we don't. And she was like, oh, he goes, we can't take them back there where you're making the food, but we can sit wherever. And she was like, oh, okay, sure. All right. and I was like, wow, you saved yourself from being demolished there for a moment. But I want to say this, and I've said this numerous times, and I'll say this to the end of the earth. 2020 has been an absolute shit year for me. You guys know that. Outside of pandemic, my dad did pass away in my house. But let me say this. And my job got weird. Billy knows all about it. Let me say this.
Yep.
You guys, the Liberty Risk podcast family. So all you fuckers watching and all my commenting buddies and Jenny and Chris and everybody, just you guys are doing a huge service for us out here. You three specifically, but the listeners as well. I just want to tell you, you guys have created I was telling Pam this other day, you guys have created a community. And I don't know what the future is. I don't know what the future is of this podcast. I did talk to you guys about it over the last few months. It's going to be big. And the reason it's going to be big is because you're creating a community. You're creating a safe place for us fucked up PTSD who are obviously injured somewhere, for us to come and hang out. And I just want to tell you, thank you. You have made 2020 bearable.
Yeah, man.
And I couldn't have. Billy was the first person outside the people I had to call. He was the first person I called the Saturday my dad passed away, and the people I communicated with the most when I was up in Virginia are these three squares besides my own. So I just want to tell you, thank you so much. You guys do a magnificent work for us. So thank y'all. I love this show, except for when you have college stuff. It doesn't relate to me, but because
yeah, fuck you, Justin.
That's right. I got my degrees. Justin, you can.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Well, actually, speaking of
there, just like
speaking of what the future holds, real quick. Speaking of what the future holds, actually, we'll go ahead and announce it.
Yeah.
So coming into the new year, Hugh and I. Yeah. See, I figured on the last episode of the fucking year I'd get it right at least once. So Hugh and I, we've been talking over the last few weeks, and Meg, who has done, and I've said this before, an absolute amazing job running all of our social media. She's like, literally, honestly, we would not have a social media presence if it wasn't for her. Hands down. That's no exaggeration. She literally, she set up all the accounts and all that shit, and it runs itself. I don't know how the fuck she does it. So when we did the Ladies Take Over Liberty Risk, episode that we did about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, super hot.
Such a hit. Yeah, I kind of defeated the purpose of the episode.
I don't think you can say that. I don't think you can say that.
It's okay. It's okay. We need a compliment sometimes.
Yep, and Leslie's gonna murder me.
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Okay, so beginning of the new year, we already announced that we're going to drop down to Mondays only. There's going to be no time limit. We're still going to start Hugh and I are still going to start at 7:30, and that's just going to be us. Meg is not going to be on the show with us anymore because Meg, once a month on a Thursday, any Thursday of the month that she chooses, we're going to announce it. She is going to have her own show, and it is going to be the Ladies Take Over Liberty Risk, where she is going to talk about female-only segments, no male guests. It's going to be female veterans only. Meg is I'll produce the show in the background like I normally do. I will not be on the show. I won't have any involvement besides producing it. Hugh will not be on there. There is no dicks allowed. That's what that is. No dicks allowed on the show.
I don't know you're allowed to say that either. She might get people that have very, 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 very specific viewpoints.
Okay. Yeah. No male personnel to have penises.
There you go. No male identifying personnel.
Yeah, no male identifying personnel. Yeah. So anyway, Meg is going to have her own once a month. The Ladies Take Over Liberty Risk every 4 weeks. So it was a big announcement. We wanted to wait until today to let everyone know. So it's going to be pretty fucking awesome to watch that part of the Liberty Risk podcast grow and form. And I know Meg, and I know Hugh feels the same way, is going to fucking kill it. She's going to do an amazing job because she is embedded in that in the community and the social media presence. So Meg, congratulations. We love you, and we know you're going to fucking kill it on that end of the podcast.
Meg, are you drunk or pissed? I can't tell which one's which.
Meg is void. Meg is void of an emotional reaction.
Billy, don't speak for her. Don't mansplain Meg.
Don't mansplain.
That's why we're giving Meg her own segment. Is because we mansplain.
I am going to mansplain this one while she's still on the fucking show with us. I have that right.
Okay, go ahead.
So if we go back to when Meg got the quilt, if you all pay attention to when Meg received the quilt, that episode, Meg went like this. Meg went like this. Thank you.
I was there.
Yes.
My favorite was her shifty eye. She was like,
Billy, will you put up the last two comments, please? One from Jolie and one from Pamela. Meg, we are very. Jolie says, "Awesome female veteran plus Sienna." That's awesome. Yes, we'd love to have Sienna back on with Meg. Pam, congratulations. Pam says, "Congratulations, Meg. We're very excited."
Thank you.
Meg, I can't properly address you as a professional because I've known you for so long. But when did
we meet? First off, when did we meet?
Meg and I met for the first time. It was 2014. We were at a house party for the Chive, and I had one of those.
And
Hold on. No. Check this out. So I had like this raffle thing, and I had one of these books. It said, "People I'd love to kill" or some shit, and I didn't know who Meg was, and I was trying to date her because she was hot. And I handed her the book, and I was like, "Hey, will you write your number in this?" She wrote her number as Meg Cuntface Hall, and wrote her number. And I read that, and I'm like, "That's not a person you can introduce your mother."
No.
So that was it. And then we drank Habusaki at our friend's house in Orange Park, and it's only been it's been downhill from there. But Meg, I will.
I don't know where it is.
I gotta echo what Billy said. I think that you're gonna do a phenomenal job. And I've told you before. I don't know if I've said it on the show or not. Maybe I have. I don't remember. I've been drinking tonight. The only way you could be better, Meg, is if you were black or Asian. But you're from Jersey, and that's basically it's an entire race as its own. So
hey,
wow.
At least I'm Canadian.
Listen, if I haven't, you are Canadian. That's not a real thing. I haven't said it on the show. I don't think that I have because Billy sewed his headphones down. No, when we were looking for a female, Billy, you can corroborate. When we were looking for a female, somebody recommended Meg, and I said the only way Meg can be better is if she was black or Asian. She is a woman though, and thankfully she's not helping us mansplain a bunch of shit with three white dudes. You know, and he was like, "Well, is she not ethnic?" I said, "Well, she's from Jersey and she's Canadian, so I guess that's what we're getting." And Meg, you're clearly very involved in the female veteran community. You've gone to marches in Jersey and in New York and Philadelphia, and you've been very passionate enough that I've had to tell you to calm the fuck down because I'm tired of my phone going off as often as it does when you bother us. So I think that very, 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 very quickly, your segment will overpower the rest of the show.
And I hope not, because I like hearing you guys banter.
And we are very excited.
Wait. You spell banter first.
BANTER.
Wow, who's in your ear telling you that?
I thought there were two T's. I thought there were two T's for sure. But we were very excited. Megan, I'm very excited because while I do think that us moving down to one show a week will provide us an all-women. Brittany says an all-women show is a wonderful idea. Congratulations, Megan. That's what Brittany says. Billy and I, we've tried very, very hard, but I think one show a week is going to be better for the show overall as far as quality is concerned. And just the entire idea that you're going to be able to bring as many female veterans in as possible and females in general and have an entire segment. I'm very excited for it because obviously that's a point of view that Billy and I will never be able to share. It's impossible for us to ever really understand what it's like to be a woman in uniform. Richard will put on a skirt though and join you because he's a soulless ginger.
Damn, I was going to say, Hugh, you're close.
God. I'm here for it. Let's go.
It is going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome, Meg. It's going to be. You're going to do good
I'm
stuff.
proud of you, kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is December 21st, 2020. We cannot thank you enough for those of you that have watched and shared and commented and followed us.
Fucking episodes.
Wow.
Wait, I'm sorry. We're not ending on 69.
No, we're not.
All right,
y'all had to take that final.
I got it.
I got it. I will PSA tomorrow, and that will be 69 because I'm not ending the year on a 68 like a fucking heathen.
Well, tomorrow's episode that we're doing on Instagram, we can count that as the 69.
Oh, that's right. We'll be back tomorrow on Instagram. And I wrote some stuff on my whiteboard for all of you that have the addictions. So there will be a PSA tomorrow. It's not the addiction. I don't think alcohol is an addiction.
Hold on. People don't know about this event. People don't know about this event.
Oh, Meg, please tell us because you were the one that told me.
Okay, so tomorrow.
Tuesday.
The
22nd.
I've drank a lot. So there's a dude. You should look him up on Instagram. His name is the Marine Rapper. He is going to be having us on TMF. We are going to go on there for 22 minutes.
On Instagram.
On the 22nd of every month, he does a full day live stream.
24 hours, correct?
No, it goes
That's
from
full
it goes
day.
from it goes from 9 to 4. They do it from 9 to 4, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
every 22 minutes a different host comes on, and it's to raise awareness for veteran suicide prevention for the 22 a day that, on average to commit suicide. So it's on the 22nd of every month. Every host has 22 minutes, and that's going to be tomorrow.
So
Thank you. I've been drinking. You explained it way better than I could.
So that will be
one of us has to stay semi-sober for this fucking thing.
That will be our episode 69 to end the year. The most perfect of numbers, next to 77 or 32. Billy and Meg.
No.
Why is 72 a perfect number?
32.
77.
I get 77, 32.
Yeah.
Why? Because you want to go to heaven?
Is that what 32 is about? No, 77 is like
77.
77 is a front to back thing.
Yeah, 32.
I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, so just make sure you're watching our Instagram page tomorrow at 10:22 a.m. to 10:44 is when we're going to be on.
Yes.
Richard, you might have honestly been on more times than anyone else the rest of this entire year, and we appreciate you because obviously you have a wife and kids that demand your attention. Now you have the service dog and your job, which whatever. We appreciate you being on more than we'll be able to ever tell you. Billy and Meg, 50-50. Billy, when you called me on my fucking field exercise and I was like 18 days in the field and it was rainy and the last pair of dry socks were soaking wet and you're like, let's do a podcast. And in my head, I was like, fuck that guy. Fuck him hard. He didn't send you socks.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, the average podcast usually only lasts about 14 episodes if you can dig it, and most successful only go to 200. And we're already at 68, 69 tomorrow. Giggity.
He said giggity.
I don't know that I have ever thought we would get this far, and I'm very, 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 very excited that we were able to have the people on that we did, and I'm really looking forward to next year. For those of you who don't know, next year, Meghan, her name is spelled Meghan because her parents didn't love her, is moving to Denver.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Maine in the beginning of the year. There will be a lot of moving around, and there is a possibility I'll be going to the motherland, Africa, in the spring. And there will be a lot of logistical stuff for us to work out. But listen, Russia is the only country that calls it the fatherland. So Africa is the motherland. The birthplace of society.
I thought Germany was the motherland.
For very, very, very different reasons. Very different.
Yes, but it was still referred to as the motherland.
What is wrong with you? You can't say stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was considered that historically.
Yeah, but Africa is the cradle of society, and there's no denying that. So we have some logistic things to work out next year, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Billy and Meg, I can't wait.
I see what you did there.
In the beginning of the year.
He's
Richard,
so punny.
We can't wait to have you back as well. For those of you that have listened and followed for even kind of regularly, thank you. We hope you tell your friends and your family and the people you don't care about that the show is here. We have resources to help them out. We are on Apple and Spotify. We will have more of them here in a little bit. Our website is launching next year. Honestly, every time I talk about it, Billy, I go from 6 to midnight. I can't wait.
Hey, by the way, you have a really cool T-shirt on.
I do. The fucking Marshall's Marauder did very fucking well. It allowed us, honestly, the money from the shirt allowed us to pay. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I had to.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Shut up, Richard.
You're loud.
You're good.
The money from the shirt allowed us to pay for our artist, and it allowed us to pay for our crew to help us reach more people. And that was a huge, huge deal for us because, frankly, Billy and I are poor as hell. And Meg is moving, and we didn't want to ask her for money because we felt really bad about it. But we are now able to get on Apple and Spotify and hopefully iHeartRadio. We'll have a website, and we can reach more people in the sale from Marshall's Marauder, who is currently downrange in Afghanistan right now. So send your praise up to the Marshall. And keep in mind, I forgot what the back says. Those who are capable of perjury are capable, or excuse me, those who are capable of tyranny are capable of perjury to sustain it. I'm not saying you should not listen to your local governments. I'm saying that you should make sure that your local government's elected because their family has been around for 800 years. Nepotism is a son of a bitch. Yeah. Pam says one last time, let me get through this 30 days next year and I'll send you socks to you. Pam, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
From Soldiers, SOLEDIERS, because they send socks to soldiers as well.
Shout out to Shive Nation.
Shive Nation, there you go, Gina. Love
Yeah.
you, it.
There you go.
We're like one big family. We're like, oh, what can we promote now?
Oh, we can do whatever we want to. We do this motherfucker for free. The most money I spent on this goddamn show was these headphones, and it was like $30. I had the camera already.
We can't forget, you got to check out Leashes of Valor, Climb 4 on the DL podcast.
On the DL podcast, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, Joe Rogan, Watching America, Pod Decks. Check them out. That's what we'll be doing between now and when we come back. Is just all the stuff that we've done this year will be on our our website. It'll be on our Facebook, our YouTuber, the Instacunt, just all of that between now and when we come back. Listen, everything being even, I've had a lot of beer in the last 4 hours. I think it's time that I get off the interwebs.
Yes, it is. Everyone, thank you so much for this year. We love you all, and we'll see you in 2021. Have a good one.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Love you, mean it.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.